Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. The subject of my vlog today is budget videos in the Philippines are useless. And before I get started, I want to welcome all of my viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my channel. Truly been amazing. I'll never take that for granted. You know, budget videos on the Philippines are all over YouTube. They're popular and they're entertaining, to be honest with you, but they're useless. The Philippines is a very diverse place. Number one, it's not a monolithic place. Metro Manila is as different from San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, as Los Angeles, California is to Louisville, Kentucky. And unless you live exactly the same way as the person doing the budget video, his budget is not going to do you any good, because people are diverse too. What you eat doesn't make me poop. Okay, just remember that. And also remember this. This is a very original statement from Sunshine Shoulders. Budgets are like assholes. We all have one. Some are just tighter than others. So your budget out in LA is not going to do me any good in the Ville. And what I want to talk about on some of these videos is the big differences in the Philippines. And why the best thing to do would be to determine how much income you're going to have, expendable income, by the way, every month, and then develop a lifestyle around that. Because everybody knows the electric and power and utilities varies in the Philippines everywhere you go. No two places are the same. So unless you have the same exact living conditions as the person on the video, you're eating the same foods, you have the same family makeup, you're living in the same type of house or same type of apartment, that budget video is useless to you. It doesn't give you a baseline. It doesn't. Unless you're living exactly the way that they're living. Let me give you an example, okay? The electric rates in Dumaguete, which is only about a 4-hour ride here, vary sharply from the electric bill and electric rates right here in San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. To a point where someone who is doing a video and says, oh, I pay about 4,000 pesos per month for my electric, and I keep my air conditioning running 24 hours a day on high. But you try that in Manila and see how much it's going to cost you. Because I've got subscribers who live in Manila and who tell me, Calvin, sometimes my electric bill gets up to $7,000-8,000, pesos per month. So it's really diverse. It's really different. And that's why I say budget videos in the Philippines are useless. It's what gives rise to the many questions all the time. How much does it take for me to live in the Philippines? I don't know. I can't tell you that. You know, people say, oh, you can't live off $1,000 a month here. It's bullshit. You can. You can go on this island right across the bay from here, Sipawe Island, and I guarantee you can live a good life for $500 per month. But let's talk about some other things that are different, because human beings are different. What you eat doesn't make me poop. Food prices are different. Rent is different. your health insurance costs are going to be different than mine. We're not all the same age. We're not in the same, our health is not in the same condition. We don't have the same health conditions. So to look at a budget video, it's so confusing. And I've done them before, but I don't do them anymore because I came to the conclusion that they're useless. Do you drive? Because I don't. Do you have a motorcycle or do you have a car? So your gas costs are going to be different than mine. How many children do you have? Or how many people are you taking care of in the household that you're living in? It's very, very diverse here. Metro Manila is as different from San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, as Los Angeles, California is from Louisville, Kentucky. Now let me give you another example. Immigration. Your immigration costs are even going to be different than mine. Unless we're extending and renewing and we have the same visa as the next man, which we don't. Visas are different. Some people have an SRV. Some people are here on a tourist visa. Some people have a 9A. Some people have a 13A. Student, you get my drift, guys, but it's different. So there's no way that I can look at somebody's budget video and get any help at all unless I'm going to live exactly the way that they do exactly the same things that they do, live exactly the same way they live, in the same city, in the same type of house, eating the same foods, guys. Budget videos in the Philippines are useless. Are they popular? Absolutely, they're popular. Are they entertaining? Absolutely entertaining. They're not going to do you any good. I'm not telling you not to watch them. I'm just giving you some real boots on the ground information. I think one thing that people don't really seem to understand is how diverse the Philippines is. Very diverse. And that's what I like about it. Prior to the Spanish colonizing the Philippines, these islands were really their own countries, certainly their own states. They had their different languages, different cultures, traditions, religions, foods, the whole thing, superstitions. They all came together under the Philippines flag to fight the Spanish. And it's just as diverse today. So if you're going to ask me, can I live on $1,000 a month in the Philippines? I'm going to say, if that's all you got, then of course you can. But budgets are like assholes, man. We all have one, but some are tighter than others. It's not even going to help you with a baseline. Some people want to live like they live in their home country. Me, I don't. I'm a minimalist. What's the point of me coming to the Philippines where the cost of living is so much lower in my own country if I just want to bring all those same expenses with me? Doesn't make sense to me, guys. And that's why I say budget videos are useless. I'm a 58-year-old man in great health. I'm applying for Pacific Cross insurance policies. It's going to cost me about 17,000 pesos a year. But that's because my healthcare needs are different than yours. It's only a 500,000 peso policy. You may want more than that. You may want less. You may not even have a policy. You may only use the VA over here. It's really different. But I had to make this video because there's just so many on YouTube. And they're really confusing. Because they really are useless. They don't help you. What you need to do is determine how much expendable income you have and build a life in the Philippines around that income. How much of it are you going to try to save? How many people are you living with? Are you single? Are you married? Do you have a living partner? Does she have children? Do you have a maid? Are you washing your own clothes? Are you going to hire somebody to wash your clothes with you? There's so many variables, guys. Yeah, these videos, they're popular and they're entertaining, but they're useless. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, man. I don't make any more budget videos because it's not going to do you any good to watch my budget. Somebody's budget in LA is not going to do me any damn good living in Louisville, Kentucky. It's the same way over here in the Philippines, guys. Just come on over here. Get acclimated. One thing about getting acclimated in the Philippines is finding out the cost of living in the area that you decided to settle in. See, that's part of the process. And what kind of lifestyle you want to live. I'm a minimalist. Hell, I was watching, if you saw yesterday, there's a guy, Cal Deadman. He lives in Iloilo City. You see his house, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. What is his budget going to do for me? Nothing. For a new guy, absolutely nothing. Unless you plan on coming over there, building a 5 bedroom, 3 bath house with a swimming pool and 2 lots. So y'all get where I'm coming from. So the first thing that you need to do is just decide, how much money do I have? How much expendable income do I have? And then I'm going to build a life around that in the Philippines. Because you can do it. And you can live pretty comfortably. People ask me all the time, can I live there off $1,000 a month? Absolutely. Mayang buntag. But so much goes into that. But to say that you can't live off $1,000 US dollars a month in the Philippines, it's not fair, man. They talk about emergencies. Well, if you live over there, Sipawi Island, you got $1,000 US dollars a month, you're probably going to be able to put away about $300 a month for your emergencies. Because you're not going to need a whole lot of money. Sipawi has all those resorts, but they're very affordable. I mean, you're going to be living right on the ocean to begin with. So if you can just walk down to the ocean and go swimming, it doesn't cost you anything. Whereas me in St. Carlos City, I have to go at least 10 minutes to Sipawi Island to access water, or about another 15 minutes to Calatrava to access the beach. Then it's going to cost me to go inside the resort. So it's so much difference, guys. So just watch those videos for entertainment, man. But don't let them confuse you, because they will. They're very confusing. People get discouraged. They say, oh, man, I can't live in the Philippines. I don't have enough money. Well, how do you know? A guy asked me today, he says, hey, I don't want to get off subject. He made a comment on my last video that I made. He said, but I've got $1,500 a month. I'm disabled. I don't know about the health care over there. I don't believe I can live over there. And I said, well, you don't have to live over here permanently. It's not stopping you from coming over here visiting this wonderful place. Who's to say what you can do until you try? If you don't try, then absolutely you're not going to be able to do it. But when you got nothing to lose and everything to gain, nothing to lose by trying, everything to gain is successful, by all means try. Come over here and see if you can live off of $1,500. You'll be surprised. But I had to make this video today. It just came across my mind because a guy on my last video that I made where I said some black men don't date Filipinos, he was like, people make budget videos, but instead of them directing somebody toward one budget video, they go ahead and make another one. He said, I think that's what people are doing when they make these Some Filipinos don't date black men videos. Instead of pointing them in one video, they just go ahead and make one by themselves, thus confusing everybody. Well, you may have a point there. But budgets are like assholes. We all have one. Some are tighter than others. What you eat doesn't make me poop. And unless I'm going to live exactly like the person on the video, with the same amount of family members, I'm eating the same foods, I'm in the same type of house, in the same neighborhood, we drive the same car, motorcycle, we eat the same, our activities are the same, everything's exactly the same, then his budget video is useless to me. So thank you for stopping by today. If you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, I hope you find somebody to intentionally help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break, see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. I'm here Friday morning, it's about 7 a.m. Center Mall again. This is, I forgot the name of this place here. It's a beautiful place right here. There's a Catholic church here. This is where a lot of the nuns and the priests live. It's early, so we have the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. It's not a day goes by that I don't help somebody here. I say that over and over because it doesn't take a whole lot. One of my subscribers, Steve down Ilo, he said he saw a guy rummaging through garbage and he gave him 50 pesos. I said, man, you know that's a lot of money, by the way. It's probably more than he's going to earn doing that. So you really helped him. It doesn't take a lot. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time.